The star of the hit CBS show Ghosts and also the terrific film that he co-wrote, co-EP'd, and is also co-wrote the film's original songs, the very talented Utkarsh Ambudkar, right here on the Rich Eisen Show, World's Best on Disney+. Good to see you, sir. Woo-hoo. And you co-wrote the songs in this film as well, huh?
We just had a chance to do everything. Sean Bailey at Disney gave me the keys to the kingdom, preferably the metaphorical Disney kingdom. He was like, meet Mickey, and welcomed me in. And I got to work with all my childhood friends. Jamie King and I wrote the script together. Charlie Wilder and I wrote the music together. Roshan Sethi, who's an incredible director, directed the film. And cool poster.
Yeah, it is.
And then Tommy Kail, who I've been working with since I was 20. He directed Hamilton and produced the film for the Disney+. He made the movie with me, and we just had like a blast. We went up to Toronto, saw it, watched a lot of Blue Jays games from my hotel room, which looked down onto the stadium.
So the whatever they call it, Rogers Center now, you were in that hotel that looks out on I did that when I turned 21 with my friends. We road tripped from New York City, all the way there. Got there, watched the Yankees get blown out by the Blue Jays. Drove 20 hours just to watch them give up, I think, 5 runs in the first inning, and Pat Henkin shut them out the rest of the way. Just fantastic.
Those Blue Jays. Joe Carter, baby.
That was back in the day, man. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
And so just lingering a while here on your film here.
Right, the movie.
How'd you come up with the idea here of a 12-year-old kid loses his dad, learns he's a rapper? Okay. What do you got for me right here?
I was doing this movie for Disney Plus called Godmothered, and I was sitting in Video Village with Allison Ehrlichman, the producer who produced it with me, and I was like, so what are we going to do together? Jokingly. And she's like, what do you got? And I was like, well, it's Disney, so you need a dead parent. I'm like, let's be real.
You're not lying, by the way.
I know what it is. Mufasa. And Bambi's mom, and just on down the line.
Frozen? I mean, they go down with the ship?
We teach the kids loss. That's what we do, baby.
It's the truth.
And how to deal with it. And apparently how to be a single parent. But so I was like, you got a dead dad. I know you want me to rap. So that dead dad's a ghost. Who knows how to rap? Kids in math, because I'm Indian, and I was bused to high schools for math when I was 13 years old, which was a life experience that, we need hours to unpack.
Yes.
But I'm like, what does it mean when you're in a community and you're not a part of? And you find out that there's hope in the form of a parent, your hero, who you've never met, who might give you the chance to be something different, to find a new identity. And for me, that was theater, it was music, it was art, while both my parents were PhDs. And, they were doing their best to be like education, science, math, like this is how we succeed. This is what got us to this American dream. And I'm like, that's what got you the American dream, so that I could F around and rap. I was like, and thank you. God bless you both. And then I just sort of like chipped away. I got a chance to rap at the Oscars and at an after party, which is like the only time I've ever and ever will be at an Oscars after party.
Well, who knows?
Who knows? Knock wood.
Right.
Sean Bailey over at Disney was like, hey, I saw you in Freestyle Love Supreme on Broadway. I love your work, and we have a lot of connections, and I'd love to meet with you. And so I sort of plucked this sort of joke idea that had been born on set and fleshed it out with Jamie and put some sketches together for some songs, and went and chatted with Sean. And thank you, Sean, so much for the opportunity. And now here we are. We went into production. It all just kind of came together really harmoniously. And what you have is a beautiful Disney film, a coming-of-age story about this boy, Prem, played by Manny Magnus, who's one of those diamond in the rough kind of finds. This young man, he's like 6.5 feet tall now, but he's like so good. Raps, sings, acts, dances. His mother is his number one supporter. He's truly like a special performer. And we got to tell this story of the first sort of South Asian nuclear family to be on a Disney network of any kind. So I'm super proud of it. And it's there in perpetuity until streaming falls apart and it's lost forever.
And knock on wood, he's certainly here on the Roku channel, Disney, and where Disney Plus is available on Roku. Streaming's not falling apart.
Yeah.
It's called World's Best, and it's available now for streaming on Disney Plus. Utkarsh Ambudkar here on the Rich Eisen Show. So How did you meet Lin-Manuel Miranda? How did you cross paths with him for the first time?
I was 19 or 20 years old, and I walked into a room where they were holding auditions for this group called Freestyle Love Supreme, which, for those who don't know, it's an improvisational rap group. And there were a bunch of busted mics. It was called Ultrasound Studios on between 7th and 8th on 32nd Street in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And there was this little Puerto Rican dude with a goatee, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and it was like two pups from the same litter. We kind of sniffed each other's butts, so to speak, picked up our dented mics and started rapping together, and it was just synergy. Lin has always been somebody who has raised the bar, and for me and vice versa, and we're always so happy to see the other person be better, because it means we're constantly growing. He's a good friend. I just saw him a couple weeks ago. I stayed at his house before we did the Tonys together.
Of course
where
you did.
He sat in the front row, front and center, and I sat in the front row all the way on the right with the cameraman.
You're at least 2 rows in front of Aaron Rodgers, right?
Maybe so, yeah. But I still had everybody's butts in my face. It was just cameraman crack all up in my grill for 3 hours.
Well, is it true, though, that did you originate the role of Aaron Burr in the developmental readings of Hamilton?
Yeah.
Lin did.
If you listen to the original demos, Lin is doing his version of what he thinks I sound like when I rap.
Okay.
So it's all like, how does a bastard off his son? He thinks that's how he thinks I sound, a little bit like Marlon Brando. And he brought it, he included all of us, myself, Chris Jackson, Alex Lackamore, sort of his family, Tommy Kail.
Yes.
And we did a few of the readings, and through a series of fortunate events, I've come to learn that opportunity sort of passed me by, and other ones came up, and we still made it on Broadway together in the Tony Award-winning production of Freestyle Love Supreme. But yeah, Aaron Burr I was the first one to rap those words other than Lin.
And it's a brilliant.
There we are.
There you guys are.
Hey,
look at you guys right there.
Those are my buddies.
They are indeed as talented as all get out, for sure.
We all have that tattoo, that FLS tattoo on our body somewhere.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So let's get into what you're wearing today, sir, for our radio audience. Is that a Washington Bullets?
And look at this. I got the Billy Hoyles, baby.
You get the Billy Hoyles on.
Those are nice.
Not the Jack Harlows. These are the Woody Harrelsons.
Billy Ho.
Don't get it twisted.
The original ones.
Come on.
So who's your favorite Washington Bullet? Who you got for me on that one?
My favorite Washington Bullet.
Back in the day?
Back in the day.
Did you go to in Landover, Maryland?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Maryland.
Okay.
My favorite of all time is just the Hibachi, for sure. Agent Zero. He was a wizard, but my gosh. Gilbert Arenas, I still think that if somebody picked him up on a 10-day contract, he'd cook. He would cook. Let the man do his work. He's better than Dylan Brooks. But my favorite Bullet, by default, probably Juwan Howard.
Okay.
He was sort of our claim to fame, but the Bullets are the place where all great players go to die, right?
Sure.
Moses Malone, Bernard King, Mitch Richmond, Air Jordan, Russell Westbrook, and I know now we're tanking a year after Wemby. Dude, what? So I know that when Wemby is 36. And,
he'll be coming.
He is going to be a Washington Wizard.
He's going to be a dynamite Wizard.
100%. We had Chris Paul for a hot second, Russell Westbrook. We just end careers, man. It's just what we do.
Yeah.
We're just known for taking Hall of Fame careers and making them just a little less special.
But that's a pretty special starter's jacket you got on right now.
Yeah, I'm super proud of this one.
Yeah, I bet.
I had the warm-up suit, too. I was thinking about
the whole thing? You thought you were going to come in the whole thing?
Yeah, no, I had the snap warm-ups and everything from the same Bullets year.
Well, we've never had somebody come out and appear on the show and then snap off the pants and then sit down in the interview chair.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about it.
This is not your only rodeo here. Next time,
my gosh!
And I'm not saying goodbye to you right now. I'm just coming up with the idea.
I would love that. And we've had so many close calls. There was one year that we got Mark Price. We had
about that.
We had Mark Price for 8 games. Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Murasan, Cheney, we were ready to go. We took those 96 Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost that first round series by a total of like 9 points.
I might have done some of the highlights on SportsCenter back in the spring of '96 and summer of '96. That's when I first got there.
Dude, when Cal Ripken broke the record,
yeah,
it was probably you.
I was on the SportsCenter set. I remember when he was running around the perimeter of Camden Yards.
Yeah, that was
high-fiving everybody.
Oh my God, amazing! That was the biggest probably sports moment that I witnessed in my life.
Were you there, or you just mean
just
sitting
like on
around?
a television?
I got it right. Sure.
It was like that. The last shot by Jordan, Kobe's last game, probably like when Andre Agassi won Wimbledon the first time.
Sure.
What was the biggest thing that you were there for?
Biggest thing I was there for, I guess it just in terms of the NFL. I was in the 20 years with the NFL Network. I was there for the helmet catch. I was there pretty much name any sport Super Bowl moment. The last 20 years, I was fortunate to be there for. When I was on ESPN, unfortunately, for you being an Oriole fan, that was when the Yankees were just taking care of business against the Orioles, thanks to Jeter and Jeffrey Mayer. In one particular instance,
and a fan.
That's Jeffrey Mayer.
Oh, Jeffrey Mayer.
Yeah, that fan.
That's when I stopped being that's when I stopped following baseball.
They beat it out of you?
I quit.
Richie Garcia, the umpire who called that a home run, he beat it out of you.
Done.
Huh?
Finished.
Out.
I remember that moment and I was like, I think I'm done here. No more. No more for me. It hurts so bad. When you're young and you see something that unfair go down.
Yes.
You're just like, I can't do this, man.
You tapped out.
No, couldn't do it.
And I think the Orioles are, for the first time since then, pretty damn good right now.
Yeah, they're worth watching again. I need to dive back in.
Okay.
I know I do.
Yeah.
My guy, Brandon Scott Jones from Ghosts, is also from Baltimore. He's a huge Orioles fan.
Yeah.
So he's been like, come on, man. Get back in. We got to go back to Boog Powell's. We need some of that barbecue, baby.
Yeah.
I remember thinking a signed ball from Boog Powell was like a very big deal.
Yes.
It's not. No. He gives them out. I mean, those are easy to come by.
Wow.
But thank you, Mr. Powell. Thank you so much.
Brooks Robinson back in the day.
Third base, right?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See?
He's one of the sweetest men I've ever met, for sure. Do you want to stick around for one more segment? You up for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because TJ Jefferson, who you know, or you may.
Hi, TJ.
TJ, do you remember Yo Mama, the show that he was producing? Back in the day.
That was a big break for me. I remember.
TJ, were you the one who gave Utkarsh his first his big break?
I can't take credit for giving him the hosting job. I can only take credit. What we did was, it was kind of like a Sweet 16 of trash talking comics. So I went on Twitter and YouTube, and I kind of collected all these comics to have, this battle, and he was our host for this.
Okay.
And I don't think we shot the pilot, and then I don't think anything ever happened with it.
Okay.
No, I failed you, TJ.
You did not. You did no such thing.
I'm sorry, TJ.
Your career was definitely destined for much greater things, and that's why you're sitting in the chair
disagree.
right now.
Well, TJ has a top 10 list of your favorite ghosts of all time?
Just top ghosts of all time.
Okay, I don't know if he was able to fit in your current character.
It was an honor of
from either your TV show on CBS or your film that's currently on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm. That's okay, TJ.
But if it's all right, you'd be here and you help us, I guess, judge his work, if you don't mind.
Let's hear it, buddy.
So, Utkarsh, you are you one of those types that sits online when new shoes come out? You don't do that.
No. I sit online and wait for new basketball cards to come out.
Do you really do that?
I did, but I'm on basketball card detox right now. My wife was like, "Come on, bro, what are we doing here? We just had another baby."
How old are your kids?
We have a 1-month-old baby girl.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Lucina. We have a 3-year-old boy, Boomy.
Yes.
And an 8-year-old girl, Tiare.
Okay, so you've got 3, 8, and under, and you're sitting there trying to. What? Seriously, you got to get.
When is select basketball dropping, baby?
Prism.
When am I getting my white sparkle packs? When can I put those panini points in?
I need that Wembanyama.
We were doing that
autograph.
a good 2 years here too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the white sparkles.
Just just any new Panini release, or just like it's coming out.
But
Dutch auction.
We're on so many Instagram.
How would you? Because again, you're a producer. You're running your business here.
Yeah.
What would happen if during a shoot, during an actual scene, you're shooting it, and your actors or actresses are actually no, you can't call a timeout. And they're actually in the middle of the scene looking for shoes or cards. How would you handle that?
Wait.
These guys during Rich Eisen Showtime live are doing this.
Or on sneakers.
Because
like the other day, he was complaining he missed out on what was that? What were you? Oh, that was Taylor Swift tickets.
Taylor Swift tickets.
Like these guys.
What's more important to you? His joy, Taylor Swift tickets.
Yes.
Your job is to lead these people. And I think let the man get his Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, on his own time.
This is his time.
This is like him ordering pizza in Ridgemont High. I mean, seriously, what the hell?
How many pizzas? As long as you got enough for everybody.
It's true. I didn't get any tickets, so
It's all wrong.
failed.
It's all wrong. None of it's right.
I think it's a lose-lose for us all.
Back here on the Rich Eisen Show Radio Network, I'm sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk, furnished by Grainger, with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger is the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Utkarsh Ambudkar here on the Rich Eisen Show. You and I have something in common. We have both worked with the legendary voice of the booth, Jim Brockmeyer.
Oh, yeah.
We have.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's so cool.
You worked with Jim Brockmeyer. I think, do we take credit in a way of bringing Jim Brockmeyer's career back from the abyss?
100%. I would say that.
I would say you have to.
Unequivocally.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Jim sat in that very chair.
Dude,
and cursed out Brent Musburger from that very chair.
Hey, he's got some strong opinions.
He
that
does.
Man. Yeah, we had a very fevered competition.
Yes, you did.
I think we both won. Ultimately, we had different priorities, but my goodness, that man is a force to be reckoned with.
He is a force to be reckoned with, and he only knows one speed. Good old
alcohol.
Jim Brockmeyer.
Yeah, he only knows one speed. Inebriated.
Jim Brockmeyer. Everybody, what did he call? He called Jim Brockmeyer called Pete Carroll the world's oldest teenager?
The world's oldest teenager. Now that Dick Clark is no longer
that's right. Now that Dick Clark's no longer with us. What did he say? What was his line about Tebow? What was that line about Tebow?
The fiery rage and competition of Ray Lewis and the thrilling ability of Ray Lewis.
That's right.
Such a joy. Like that was. I mean, and Hank.
3 years? 3 years with him?
No. We did. I just got to come in for a guest.
That was it, huh?
Yeah, it was, okay. But it was full and really fun, and we're still Brockmeyer and I still talk to this day on a regular basis.
Brockmeyer appeared on Levitard's show just yesterday. I think.
He's been doing some stuff.
I'm just thrilled that he's still around.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. I think he's made some great life changes. He's sort of distanced himself from his past, some decisions he may have made.
I think he can't escape it, though. You know what I mean?
But you never shut the door on it.
Yeah, no, I can't stop playing the straight man to Jim Brockmeyer, even if he's not here and doesn't exist. It's just always a lot of fun.
But he's our favorite imaginary person.
Yeah,
who's in real life also in all of our hearts.
Good old Hank.
Hank is the best. Hank, I love you, man. I'll call you later and tell you about this so you're not surprised.
I think Hank watches this show quite a bit on our YouTube stream, so it's all good. We got to get Hank back here. At any rate, let's talk about Ghosts a little bit and the success of that show. Season 3, right?
Season 3 coming up. If we can take care of some of the things going on in our industry.
I know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing. It's June, what is it? June 30th?
It is that. Today's the day, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we got to figure out what's going on, guys.
Okay.
That's why I'm here on the Rich Eisen Show.
That's right. Again, Disney Plus is how you can stream World's Best. You do play a ghost in that film.
And in the Ghosts.
And the Ghost, you're in Ghosts, even though you're not a ghost.
Correct.
In Ghosts.
Correct.
There are a lot of ghosts.
Correct.
You're not one of them.
Correct.
Season 3 is coming soon on CBS. But coming much sooner, TJ Jefferson, we figured we'd have Utkarsh stick around here since you go back like a car seat, right?
A little bit.
Okay. Mm-hmm. At any rate, you have a is it a power ranking? Is it what you got?
Based upon Utkarsh being here and World's Best and Ghost, it kind of like I was drawn to just making a list of my favorite ghosts. So I'm going to power rank these and I'm going to grab bag these. It's going to be a combination.
All right.
So
what in the world is in that bag? What you got in that bag?
Well, so hold on a second before you start. What did you think of that rapping right then and there?
Just off the bat. An original song by you, TJ?
I don't think so.
Because that was great.
That was excellent production value.
I'll take credit for that.
Okay, here we go. Go for it, TJ.
Well, so like I said, we're going to power rank these ghosts, and we're going to give you a 10 through 6 power ranking. So real quick, coming at number 10 of my favorite ghosts, I got Ghost Rider. You know, the Nicolas Cage movie, nice. Johnny Blaze. Okay. If you're into the comic book. Coming to number 9, we got Ghosts from Power. You know, a recent visitor of ours. Blueberry cereal. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Every Halloween, Blueberry would come out, and everybody that knows me knows I would grab up like 5-6 boxes of Blueberry, and I would stack them. I'd stash them like a squirrel for the whole year. Like, and I don't eat cereal anymore, but man, I used to love Blueberry. I had to put it in there at number 8. At number 7, we got the ghosts from Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. We're talking Inky, Binky, Pinky, Clyde, and if you're talking Miss Pac-Man, you got to throw Sue in there. That's number 7. And at 6, we got Slimer from Ghostbusters. Made up of ectoplasm. The first ghost that they successfully captured. We had to put it in at number 6.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's just pause before you move on. Utkarsh, you have any 2 cents you want to throw in here?
I think there's an argument to be made for Ghost Rider being ranked much higher.
Okay.
Because that's a really good one. Maybe we put all video game ghosts in, because what about like Castlevania, the Mario ghosts? Like
Castlevania. That was where there was like video would pop up in between. I remember that.
It was like ahead of its time.
I mean, there's a lot of ghosts. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I hope Casper is on this list.
Well, there's 5 more to come.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the use the use of cereal here so far.
Blueberry was the most delicious.
I don't know about that. I was kind of a Frankenberry guy.
Count Chocula.
But that's pedestrian.
That was too much.
You know, I mean, what's the difference between Count Chocula and say like Cocoa Crisps?
Yeah, or Cocoa Pebbles for that matter.
Pebbles. If you want to do crisp or pebble,
Cocoa Crisp was literally just chocolate chip cookies and you put milk on them.
To me, I meant Cocoa Krispies. I'm sorry, Cocoa Crisp for actually
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. But Blueberry is a.
Blueberry's a deep cut for the kids today.
And like I said,
don't know about Blueberry.
That would come out right around Halloween time, and I just stack up boxes of those things.
Okay, sorry, TJ. Now,
we just might have saved the film industry and Blueberry in the same episode.
That's what I'm here to
do. The folks at General Mills are very appreciative.
Blueberry's back.
Yes. Blueberry movie? Is that what I just heard?
Oh. Okay.
Wow, Blueberry movie, guys. Look, writers, we need them to write this Blueberry movie. Strike's over.
Let's go.
All right, very good. What else you got over there, TJ?
Right, so now we're going to do our top 5 now. Coming in at number 5, we got Jacob Marley and the Ghosts of Christmas Past, Present, and Yet
the George C. Scott version?
Well, any version, really, but that was the one that resonate the most.
It's an interesting choice.
Jacob it's Marley, the most popular one.
The former business partner of Ebenezer Scrooge. He wanders the earth. He's weighed down by chains and money boxes, and he's like, look, Scrooge, you better change your ways or you're going to end up like me. And then he gets visited by the ghosts, and they try to help Ebenezer better himself. And that's why I thought, you know what? Let's put them in there at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we've got Dr. Malcolm Crowe from The Sixth Sense. Look, Crowe is a child psychologist. He's very intelligent.
Spoiler alert! Come on!
Hey, let me tell you
what are you doing over there?
If you don't know that by now, then that's on that's a you problem. And I never
No, you just ruined it for Mike.
You know, Crowe, he's an intelligent man. He knows how to talk to his patients in a fun and serious way to make them comfortable. And then, you know, he meets up with this little kid, and the kid tells him, I see dead people.
No,
wait a second. He sees me. He sees dead people. And we put 2 and 2 together. Hey, that's on you if you haven't figured that out yet. Next, we got my man Sam Wheat, played by Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, of course.
Ghost. Okay, Sam, you know he's an office worker in New York. He's living with his longtime girlfriend, Molly, who makes pottery, as we all know.
Yeah. The Everly Brothers.
Sam's in the bank. He works in the bank, and he sees some accounts. They're a little too fat.
Yeah.
Okay, so he decides to say something. Next thing you know, a guy named Willie meets him in the street, and he murders him.
The president's doing some shady stuff.
Sam was like, yo, let's get to the bottom of this. And then he goes to Carl, who he thought was his boy.
He's the president.
Carl was in on it. Carl was down with it. So what's he do? He sends Willie Lopez to wet him up. And then kills Sam. And the next thing you know, Sam realizes I'm a ghost. I got to talk to Molly, played by the great Demi Moore, because she's so fine. I got to let her know she's in danger.
Push the penny under the door.
So, hey, I find Oda Mae Brown played by Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, I get it.
Hey, number 2.
Molly, you in danger, girl. And, that was it. That
we
was
got
Sam.
2 minutes.
Coming in at number 2, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
There we go.
Come on.
There we go.
How could you be scared of Casper? He's friendly.
number
he's
1.
pleasant.
Now I'm trying to think who's number 1.
What's
Number 1, I'm just going to say it like this. It's my man Beetlejuice, okay?
Okay.
Beetlejuice is the best, man. He's the best. He's the ghost I want to hang out with the most. All you got to do is say his name 3 times. He'll pop up. He'll get people
Don't
out
say it
your
another
crib.
time. You've said it twice.
Careful. Maybe I want him to show up. But anyway, Beetle, that's it. That's my number 1. And,
Okay.
as always, I like to hear what everybody else thinks.
All right.
Well done.
That's great.
Utkarsh, what do you think of that?
TJ took all the time up, so I'll just say, great job. I think Slimer should be higher, but that was great. And I like the Casper version where he has legs, because he didn't always have legs. Sometimes he just would have that floaty little nightgown.
Yeah, and that was a little creepy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Look at him.
Because that means Casper is not anatomically correct. And when he's got legs.
Is that what happens when you become a ghost? You lose that?
I don't know. Utkarsh?
Possibly.
That's not the Disney
Let's
Plus
ask
version.
the writers.
That's Disney minus. That's Disney minus.
I'm going to send a text to Joe Port right now.
Send it to Joe Port. Let's get on it.
Oh, my gosh. And
You
by the
can't
way,
have kid ghosts, by the way. It's way too depressing. No, we do no kid ghosts on our show.
well, could you imagine? You're like, you know what? I got July 4th weekend coming up, and I got time down, and I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch a movie, and I'm going to watch the Rich Eisen Show first, but and then he spoils the movie.
I still haven't seen The Sixth Sense, so let's
just sit down.
come on!
That's on you guys at this point.
Bruce Willis has great hair in that movie.
Sure he does.
He looks good.
For a ghost.
Ooh. Shout out, Bruce.
Utkarsh Ambudkar at UTK the Inc. Is that what I was saying?
Yeah, INC.
The INC. Okay.
I mean, it was a poor choice. Let's be real. I didn't think this stuff was going to last.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.